Okay, so I bought something. Okay, so in a couple of days, Tilly and I are going to be leaving for a road trip. We're going to be gone for a few weeks. She's got a few bike races to shoot. And while we're on this trip, I need to be able to work. I can't share details specifically yet, but starting next year, I'm going to have this new opportunity that requires that right now I have to have a guitar rig with me. And since we're going to be traveling on a road trip and we're going to have a lot of stuff with us, I need a guitar and a rig that is small and does not take up a lot of space. So I bought something that I've been curious about for a while. And, well, let me just show you. I bought a Strandberg. Now, if you've watched my channel or my podcast with Zach, Dipped in Tone, for any amount of time, you may have heard me talk shit about Strandberg. I am not a fan of these guitars. I think pretty much any headless guitar is horrifically ugly. And to be honest with you, I've just never really understood it. I've never understood like the need for something like that. And I figured, you know what? My sort of prejudice against these things is not based in any real experience. I don't think I've ever actually even played a Strandberg before. So I figured, why not challenge my preconceived notions about these things? I know a lot of people really love these guitars, and I figured there must be a reason for that. So yeah, I bought one.
Hey, Rhett from the future here. I just wanted to break in real quick and tell you that this video is not sponsored by any guitar company or any retailer, certainly not Strandberg. I actually paid full price for this guitar before I shot this video. Now, the video is not sponsored by anybody, but it is supported by my video courses, specifically the Tone Course bundle. This is a bundle of 2 video courses, the Tone Course and the Amp Course. The Tone Course starts at the very beginning of guitar tone, talking about the electric guitar and pickups and what generates the sound. And then we go in depth into the inner workings of tube amplifiers, speaker cabinets, miking speakers, and then we go in depth on the different effect types, blending and stacking effects. This is a course that I wish I could have watched 20 years ago when I was first starting out on electric guitar. Then we have the Amp Course, which is the same kind of concept, but it focuses on guitar amplifiers. We go in depth into how tube amps work, how to dial in a few basic different sounds, like a great clean sound, edge of breakup, and a great distortion lead sound. We go in depth on the tone stack of each amplifier, different amplifier types, dialing in the EQs, gain staging. But the coolest part about this course is that all of the concepts we talk about on tube amplifiers, we then go and apply to modelers. It doesn't matter what modeler or plugin you're using, the concepts are what's important here. So whether you're a tube amp player or you are strictly in the digital realm, it doesn't matter. There's something to be gained from both of these courses. And if you follow the link in the description box down below and use the code TONE50 at checkout, you'll get 50% off of both courses, the whole bundle. So to find out more information about what's included in that course bundle, click the link down below. And yeah, back to the video. Yuki, did you get it? Did you get him? Don't step on the guitar. No, don't step on the guitar. God. This is Yuki. Hi. Yeah, I know. Oh, you're very helpful. Thank you so much.
I mean, dude, it's tiny. Like, the box is tiny. Here's a... Check this out. This is the dumbest possible way I could do this. But, yeah, here's a Sir for scale. You know? So that's the Strandberg, like, in its case, in its gig bag, in a shipping box, and it's still smaller than a standard S-style guitar. Now keep in mind, this is a genuine, like, first reaction. Don't think I've ever even held a Strandberg before, or played one. Wow. This thing is tiny. Gig bag is nice, though. So I went with the Bowden Standard NX6, which I think is like their sort of like mid-range model. And I'll admit, I don't know much about Strandberg. I don't know much about the models or anything like that, but that is a nice gig bag, though. Dude, it's like it's not all there. This is weird, man. It's in tune. At least in tune with itself. It's like... Oh my God, dude. My brain like doesn't understand what it's like. I know I'm holding a guitar, but my senses are telling me that this is not a guitar. This is something different. So I've heard about this neck shape, the Strandberg kind of neck profile. And I don't know how well you can kind of make it out on the screen there, but I have never felt a guitar neck like this before. It's completely flat on the back where your thumb rests, and then sort of falls off in a very, very angular shape. And then that sort of flat profile moves. It doesn't stay in the middle of the neck. So the way I understand Strandberg's is that the guitars are all sort of built essentially the same, whether you're going with like the essential model or the higher end spec model, the ones that are made in Indonesia, and you're essentially paying for the feature set. So this is like the mid-tier sort of standard version, the Bowden Standard NX6. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I didn't do a ton of research before I bought this. I bought this because this was the least ugly one that I could find in terms of the top and the color. And I actually have to say, I like the top and the finish. It's not a traditional sort of like flame or quilt. It looks like ripples of water. And that's a really nice blue. This is the first sort of multi-scale guitar I've ever owned. I mean, just look at the difference of, I can fit the entire Strandberg in the frame and not the Strat. See what else comes in the case here. Whoa. Ocean Plastics. Reusable and sustainable earplugs made in Sweden. Oh, what? More than 1 billion earplugs are thrown away each year. Dude, that's cool. I'm actually going to a show tonight, so I'm going to test these out there. No way. Look at this. For those of you that are watching that are Strandberg owners, you're probably all rolling your eyes right now, like you all know about this, but bear with me, okay? This is my first time. Wow, okay, this is gonna take some getting used to.
Okay, so it's a few weeks in the future. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at a really killer Airbnb. And we have been traveling for almost a month now, and I have had the Strandberg with me in a variety of different places and situations, in the back of the car, in different hotel rooms, in Airbnbs, and I have very mixed emotions about this guitar. So let's start with the good stuff, the things that I really like about it. First of all, the shape. I did not expect to get along as well as I am with this shape, but it is incredibly well thought out and well designed. No matter what position you're playing in, whether it's, typical like sitting on your lap, guitar playing position, or up here on your left leg, kind of in a more classical position, or like I've had to do a lot on this trip, which is sitting on a bed in a hotel room, this guitar is incredibly comfortable. No matter where you put it, because of the body shape, the neck always ends up in a natural sort of place, in like an ergonomic place, which has been really nice. And alongside with that, the neck shape is surprisingly comfortable. This is a very, very, very different neck shape than I'm used to playing. Again, I'm kind of coming from an old school rock and blues and indie guitar player background. I'm not used to a very sort of geometric, sharp, angular neck shape like this, but it is surprisingly comfortable. It feels very natural in your hand. As you move up the neck into the higher registers and the frets fan out, it just fits your hand comfortably. Seriously, this design, the Endure neck, right? Patented. it says on the back here. Beautiful design, as is the body shape. Very well thought out. Also, I think the fit and finish is really good. All of the Strandbergs, no matter what level or tier you're going to buy, are made in the same factory. They're all made in Indonesia. Now, I have heard some other people online sort of talking about some potential fit and finish issues with Strandbergs, things like the high E string coming off of the fret ends there when you're playing. I haven't run into any of those issues with my guitar, so I can't speak to that. This thing's well built. It's small, it's compact, it's easy to travel with. That's a win. Now let's move on to the bad stuff, the things that I don't really like about this guitar. First and foremost, I should not have bought the tremolo. The tremolo system on this is good. It feels nice. It's well balanced, but it is a pain in the ass to tune this guitar. Basically what happens is, you've got your tuner pulled up and you hit a string and you go, oh, it's a little flat. Well, let me tighten the tuner up. Well, because you're actually grabbing the bridge and the tremolo system, you're moving the pitch of the string because you're moving the tremolo up and down. No matter how delicate you are, you can't keep the bridge stable. And there's no way to lock the tremolo system on the back here. So what happens is you have to pluck the string, then guess how much to tighten or loosen the string, and then let go, pluck the string again, and see, oh, I overshot it. And it gives you this like overshoot, undershoot, overshoot, undershoot. And it just takes way too long and is way too fiddly to tune this guitar because of the tremolo system. I regret getting the tremolo. The next thing are the pickups. They're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. They sound fine, but they're not good, especially the two single coils. To my ear, pretty one-dimensional, kind of dull, sort of flat sounding. The humbucker's cool. It's pretty hot. It's pretty high output. And when combined with the middle single coil there, it gives you that like sort of Stratty 2 position, but fatter kind of thing, which is cool. But I really only ever play the humbucker on this guitar because I just don't like the two single coils, which means if I decide to keep it, I will probably spend the money to upgrade the pickups, which is not a big deal and should be relatively easy to do. And the next gripe I have is the tuning stability. Surprisingly has not been very good on this guitar. Like, even though it's a locking nut on the end and it's a very modern sort of seemingly well-designed bridge here, it's not been staying in tune very well for me. Like, I'm having to tune it as much or more as a Gibson, as a Les Paul. I mean, maybe that's just unique to me. I did set this guitar up and set the intonation and the action to my spec, and I've got new strings and everything on here, but it's not staying in tune very well. You gonna join me for the rest of the video here? Okay, great. All right. Yeah, you can help. I appreciate that. Okay. This is Yuki. She's a year old. She's the cattle guard dog here at this Airbnb because there's some goats and some chickens here. And she's a sweetheart. Great Pyrenees. Just a good girl. You want to sit down? You want to lay down so I can do my thing? She's only a year old, too. Like, she's still basically a puppy. Here, lay down. Lay down. No, don't. Okay, let's not do that. Nope. Can you lay down here? No. Do you know how to lay down? Do you know that command? Okay. Okay, and finally, the part that's probably going to get maybe some people upset with me, but this is the ugly. This is the part that I think may make me sell this guitar. And that is, I think headless guitars are just a total gimmick. I don't see the need or the purpose for a headless guitar. The biggest drawback for me of playing the Strandberg, the weight of the neck is insanely light. My brain just sort of can't get used to it. I thought it was something that I would, sort of adapt to and get used to the more I played it. But every time I pick this guitar up and I start to play it, something feels off. Like my brain is telling me that this is not a guitar that I'm playing, it's something else. Now, I think this is partially exacerbated by the tremolo system, by having some extra weight here on the very end of the body. All of the weight is down here in the body. And even when you're sitting down, playing on the couch or playing on a bed, for example, the weight of the neck or lack of weight in the neck feels completely unnatural and foreign. And it's just something I can't get used to. In my mind, this guitar would be better with a small headstock on it. Something like the Ernie Ball, or the EVH guitars, for example, like just a small, 4-in-2 or 3-in-3 design. It would fix the tuning issues on this tremolo guitar, and it would help balance the weight, and it would only add a little bit to the overall length of this guitar. And to be clear, I don't think this is a problem with the Strandberg specifically. I think this probably goes for all headless guitars, and it's entirely subjective. This is just a me thing, but I cannot get on with the way the headless guitar feels to play. What happens is, as I'm playing, I'm moving the guitar around just naturally as I do. And because that sort of balance, the extra weight on the end of the headstock isn't there, it's coming to top of mind while I'm playing. Like, oh, that feels weird. Oh, that feels weird. And it sort of does affect the way that I play, because it's something that I'm constantly feeling and constantly thinking about. When we play a guitar, no matter what type or brand or make or model of a guitar, we're interacting with the guitar, and it in turn impacts how you play. That's part of the reason why we have different guitars, is because we play differently on different guitars. They sound different, they feel different, and that difference in interaction causes us to create different sounds, come up with different ideas, or play the same ideas slightly differently. And the same thing is true here with the Strandberg. The problem is I don't like the way it's making me play. It's sort of distracting. That lack of weight from not having a headstock and the super light sort of featherweight neck and the weird balance of this guitar is distracting to me, and I haven't been able to get past it. It's not something that I find pleasing. It's just a little bit grating. It's a little irritating. And the second part, this is entirely subjective, I still think headless guitars are the ugliest things to ever exist. And that does matter. When I talk to beginner guitar players, or I recommend guitars for beginner players, the one thing I always tell them is just get something that you like the look of. That's all that matters. And leave it out on the stand, because every time you walk by it, you're going to see it and you're going to want to pick it up and play it. And you may love the look of a Strandberg. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, a headless guitar like this has sort of the opposite effect. I just truly hate the way any headless guitar looks. It looks wrong, it looks incomplete, it looks unbalanced, and that's backed up by the way that it feels. It feels incomplete, it feels unbalanced, at least to me. That's entirely subjective, I know, but that's how it feels to play. And because I don't like the way that it looks, and I don't like the way that it feels, this guitar for me will pretty much only serve one role, which is I need something small and lightweight that doesn't take up a lot of space, that I can travel with when I need to play guitar on the road, which will happen a lot more next year. I'm going back out on the road next year, but I'm going to take my regular guitars, my normal guitars, my go-to guitars. And the Strandberg, if I do decide to keep it, will be for situations like this where I'm traveling, I need to travel light for a long period of time, and I need something that just doesn't take up a lot of space. That's what this guitar is good for me at least. So to wrap up, do I hate this guitar? No, I don't hate it actually. I like it. There's some things about it that I think are genuinely great. It's very well designed. It's very well thought out. It's very good at what it does. I'm just not the type of player that needs or wants what it does very often. Would I buy one again? Probably not. I'm glad I have it, and I'm glad that I have had the experience with it, and it has been useful for me. Being out here, having a guitar like this on the road has allowed me to do the work that I need to be doing to get ready for the stuff that's coming up next year. And so it has filled its role. It's done a good job of filling its role. And I don't want to, shit on Strandberg or say that it sucks. Again, the things that I don't like about it are completely subjective, and they're my own opinion. Your mileage may vary. The guitar needs a headstock. It just does. I can't get past that. I cannot see the benefit of a headless guitar. The potential benefits that may be there just don't justify the downsides for a player like me. This goat is staring me down over here. You can't see it, but I want to know your thoughts. Are you a Strandberg owner? Are you thinking about buying one? Are you going to buy one? Let me know. There are affiliate links in the description box down below. If you do want to buy one, it helps the channel out. If you use those links, you don't have to, and it doesn't cost you any extra, but maybe consider checking them out. The best way to support the channel, though, is to check out the Tone Course bundle. Remember, you can get the whole bundle for 50% off if you use the code TONE50 at checkout. Links are in the description. And yeah, let me know what you might want to see next on this I hate X, so I bought one. Thinking about turning this into a series because I think it's cool. Challenge your biases, challenge your preconceived notions about things, and see if you actually dislike something. I think more of us should be doing that more often. Anyways, that's going to do it for today. I've got to get packed up and get out of here. My name is Rhett Shull. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.